So let's talk a little bit about pornography. And what to do about it if a person wants to get rid of the obsession with it. Pornography is any kind of representation that feeds the mind with any kind of image or imagery that has to do with sexual interaction. Most of the time, this is done just to satisfy lust inside of the person, to feel pleasure. Pornography is like a drug, only more powerful, in my opinion, and more subtle. Truly, it can destroy a person mentally and physically. If you who are listening want to get rid of pornography in your life once and for all, I would say that there are a number of ways on how to do it. One way I can think of right now is for you to look at yourself from an outer perspective. In other words, look at yourself as the person who is watching this pornography, as if you were looking at yourself from the outside. And then identify what pornography really is and what it is really doing for you. What benefit is it giving you other than feeding a need for sexual sensations? What profit does it give? If you think about it and you come to the conclusion that you see no profit from it other than the pleasure of it, then you will start to see that that is practically all that it gives. It's all that it leads to at a first glance. Then you can point out what kind of negative thing does it bring. A lot of people say that it is harmless, but you should think twice about it, because it isn't. You should write down a list of the harmful things that it brings to you in one way or the next. And then soon enough, you should be able to identify pornography as an enemy to your well-being. Because truly, what it does is that it makes a person weaker in one way or the next. So if you want to get rid of it, you should first identify it. And once it is identified, then you may be able to see clearly, or at least with a little bit more clarity, how to get rid of it. Identify it clearly so that there's no doubt in your mind that it is something not convenient for you. Or if you think that it is convenient for you and there's nothing wrong with it, then you haven't identified it as a problem and then it would be really hard for you to get rid of it. But on the other hand, if you do identify it as a problem and you know that you want to get rid of it, if it is something that's controlling your life in an unhealthy way, then you are ready to take the next step towards defeating the need for pornography in you. So now I have given you one first step. I hope it is helpful.